League Crystal Palace vs Sheffield United prediction, team news, lineups preview. Both aiming to bounce back from shipping 5 goals last time out, Premier League strugglers Crystal Palace and Sheffield United meet at Selhurst Park on Tuesday. While Palace still sit 5 points clear of the drop zone, the Blades are rock bottom and have yet to win away from home. Match preview. Following a dismal 5-0 defeat to Arsenal in their most recent outing, Crystal Palace have won just one of their last 10 Premier League matches, and dismay with both the club ownership and first-team management has been made apparent by frustrated Eagles fans. Once renowned for their defensive discipline under veteran coach Roy Hodgson, 62% of the capital club's league goals conceded this term have come during that 10-game run, in which they have leaked goals at a rate above 2 per game. While their final fixture of 2023 ended in London Derby success, with a 3-1 defeat of Brentford ending an 8-game winless run in the league, Palace were then held at home by Everton in the FA Cup third round before returning from a mid-season break and losing the replay on Merseyside. Their capitulation against Arsenal again raised questions about Hodgson's future, particularly with several notable coaches now out of work, but the former England boss has remained defiant and will now prepare his side for the visit of struggling Sheffield United. Palace have won their last 3 Premier League games against Tuesday's opponents, keeping a clean sheet on each occasion, including a 1-0 victory in this season's reverse fixture, which took place on the opening match day. Hodgson knows extending that streak is all but essential if he is to keep his place in the Selhurst Park hot seat. Not only have Sheffield United won on just one of their last 6 league visits to Selhurst Park, but they travel there this time around having endured a miserable run of results on the road. That sequence is part of a wider picture at the Yorkshire club, in which they have lost 16 of their last 19 top-flight away games, while netting only 7 goals in the process and never more than once in a match. The Blades may have posted a 4-0 defeat of Gillingham in their opening game of 2024, but after securing their place in the FA Cup fourth round by beating lower league opposition, they have failed to win either of their next 2 outings. New arrival Ben Brereton Diaz scored on his Premier League debut against West Ham United, but it ultimately took a 103rd-minute Ollie McBurnie equaliser to salvage a point. Then, they suffered a crushing home loss at the weekend. Chris Wilder's side fought back to level Saturday's cup tie with Brighton Hove Albion 2-2 at the break, but the concession of 3 more goals during the second half left most fans inside Bramall Lane deflated at the final whistle. For a team that sits 7 points adrift of safety, such defensive woes are a major concern, as Sheffield United have conceded more goals than any other Premier League side this season, 51, and are far from prolific at the other end. Team news. Roy Hodgson, who saw a bid for Blackburn Rovers star Adam Wharton rejected last week, will be without several players on Tuesday evening, though 2 attacking options have recently returned to contention. Michael Ollis thigh, Rob Holding ankle, Sheikh Dukor Achilles and Joel Ward thigh are all confined to the treatment room, but Jordan Ayew is available again after Ghana's Africa Cup of Nations campaign ended in the group stage. Odsonne Edouard, the Eagles' leading league scorer this season, with 6 goals, made his return from injury in the recent FA Cup third-round replay against Everton and is now ready to start in the Premier League. However, fellow Frenchman Jean-Philippe Mateta stands in his way. Meanwhile, Sheffield United will most likely turn to Ben Brereton Diaz for inspiration up front, as the Chile international aims to become the first Blades player to score in their first 2 Premier League games since Brian Deane back in 1992. William Osula and Cameron Archer could be involved in the final third as well, but Ryan Brewster continues to serve his 3-match suspension. Long-term absentees John Egan and Chris Basham are unavailable for the foreseeable future, but AFCON pair Yasser Laroussi and Anis Ben Slimane are both back from Ivory Coast. Meanwhile, Max Lowe and Tom Davies may make the bench following injury layoffs. Crystal Palace possible starting lineup: Henderson, Klein, Anderson, Gahey, Mitchell, Ease, Richards, Lerma, Schlupp, Edouard, Mateta. Sheffield United possible starting lineup: Foderingham, Bogle, Ahmed Hodzik, Robinson. Trusty, Mekati, Osborne, Souza, Hamer, Brereton Diaz, Osceola. We say, Crystal Palace 1-1 Sheffield United. Sure to be an intense encounter, with both sides scrapping for survival. There may be little to choose between two teams that have been leaking goals at an alarming rate. A score draw is the most likely outcome at Selhurst Park, where the disgruntled home fans will witness another frustrating result. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.